Are you confused on the different ways to delegate? We define the 8 levels of delegation. Every level has different requirements, benefits, and must be applied in different situations. And this is the definitive video guide that can help you to clarify in your mind the 8 level to delegate. We searched around YouTube. No one is explaining in this way. We are showing the overview of delegation possibilities so that you can select the right one from the 10, 100,000 different approaches that you can see on YouTube. You can select the right one and apply in your business to make as much results as possible, as much profit with as little as possible effort. Delegation might seem complex, but you can really clarify it in a small image. You will see later we clarified all the delegation different ways in one small image that you can also screenshot on the video and keep for yourself for every time you need to delegate. I was able to use this approach of the image that you see later to create as many as 300 SOPs, even more probably now. And this approach, if applied correctly, can help you to free as much as 80% of your working time and manage businesses in as little as 1 hour of working time per day. Sounds incredible, right? It's something that we applied in our business. So it's possible, but you need to do in the right way. And this video is guiding you to do this. And at the end of the video, also, we show you how you can apply. We'll show you also what's the next. So this is a complete guide that also guides you on what to do after this video. It's insanely good. If you don't know me already, I'm Pietro Mapper from Success Mappers. And in this channel, we help solopreneurs, self-employed people, and small business owners to free their working time by delegating, creating business structure, business systems, and manage your business in the best way possible. Our goal is to help you with true value to grow your business as fast as possible, grow your profit, revenue, scale your teams, and work as little as possible, making your business passive. It's something possible, and this channel and our delegation playlist is exactly helping you to do that. So if you are interested in this topic, stay watching in this video, subscribe, like this video, and also check the full playlist. That is a full collection of delegation tips and tricks from our powerful framework that we coach people with. Let's go right into the slides now. 8 delegation levels. This is the definition that we created to clarify all the different ways to delegate. Each level is defining how much we give away, how much skills we require from the person that we are delegating to we monitor and supervise. With these slides, the problem that we want to solve is to clarify the confusion on delegation, clarify how to delegate, what to delegate, to who to delegate, with what specific skills, and give a definition for every delegation situation so that you will be able to see the image that we will show you later, find the level of requirements of your process, and be able to define based on the level what information you need to provide and what person you need to hire. Or you can also do the opposite way. You can find the level of the person that you currently have in your team, and based on that level, be able to teach to him the skills required to go to the next level, or create a process with the specific requirement and the specific information provided that is suited for that level. So this image is helping you to clarify exactly your situation and clarify exactly what is missing or what you need to provide for that specific level of team member. By level, we don't say that one person is more valuable than another person. Absolutely not. We're just saying that some people have different skills, and based on this, you will be able to put the right person in the right seat. And this is the definitive guide. Maybe we will update it in 4-10 years, I don't know. But for now, after 3 years of trial and error, after a lot of practice, after creating more than 300 processes with this strategy, After creating SOPs, defining 12 roles in our company, this is the definitive way that we use, and we try to summarize it in the best way so that based on any industry you are, you can apply this information and get extremely good results and delegate as fast as possible profitably. Around online, there are so many tutorials. I really understand that. We checked around YouTube, but the problem is that sometimes there is so many approaches, a lot of right, a lot of correct, a lot of good. Some are not so good, but there are not specific approaches. There is not a specific clarification about when an approach is good for a specific situation and when an approach is not good for that specific situation. So this will be the definitive guide that you need to watch and understand for later be able to delegate correctly. After watching this video, of course, maybe you can also check other videos from other people to implement the strategy here. But this is the foundation of good delegation. I'm not saying it because I have a big ego, but really because this is the foundation of delegation, is the basic strategy of delegation. If you're never delegated or started delegating, this guide is very useful for you because so often when you start, of course, you don't know all the possibility or all the possible way to delegate, right? This is forming you from the start so that you can start delegating in the right way. Because if you start delegating in the wrong way, you will fail. You will think that maybe there is something wrong with you, with your business, or whatever. Sometimes it's not about something wrong with you or with your business. Sometimes it's just because you don't know where to start. You can hire expensive coaches for helping you to implement these strategies. Of course, also we have some coaching framework. We can discuss about that. But this guide is is helping you for free with a really high quality framework to start delegating right away. And this is not only for beginners, it's also for expert delegators because it is a clarification of all the possible delegation ways. So you probably found, if you're watching this video, in this situation where you don't know exactly how to delegate or where to delegate. You're not sure maybe on how to proceed, how to hire, to create the process, and what to teach to that specific person. And this, I repeat, is the definitive guide. You can watch this over and over in the next years. I suggest you can save this video every time you need to delegate a new role and rewatch these videos to clarify in your mind what you need. This video took us a lot of hours to create. We created the image that we will show you later in a lot of time. It's very complex. It's very scary for some people, but please stay with me. It's so valuable. Maybe in the future, we will also put a link for you to download in the full HD, the graphical image representation. So you can check in the description if there is any link. Maybe in the future we will put. In this video, basically we'll clarify 4 things. I'm repeating it because in this video we'll clarify 4 things. I'm repeating myself because this is the starting point that you need to understand. We are clarifying the 8 delegation levels that we defined. At every level of delegation, you will know how much to give away to the specific person, how much skills are required, and what to monitor and supervise. And we created a big graphical summary to make it very simple for you to understand. We will understand and analyze in this video this graphical representation step by step. This is the full graph, okay? Stay with me. It's so complex. You can also pause the video and save, do a screenshot. At the end, there will be also a bigger version of this image that you can screenshot, of course. Right now, we will go into it and explain step by step. Okay, so this is the first part that I want you to understand. Each level, the 8 level that we talk about, has a different amount of skills required. And based on the skills required, you will also need to provide a different training. And of course, you will need also to supervise in a different way, right? So as you see in this graph, level 1, you need to provide a lot of information. So everything is black. All the blocks are black because you need to provide every detail of delegation. So everything you need to delegate with as many ways as possible, because of course the person is skilled at the lowest level, right? When you get higher in the levels, as you see, we remove blocks. So every block is a different information that you provide to the person that is removed, because the skills are improving, are increasing. So as you see in this graph, level 1 has only is in the first level of skills and has all the blocks. As you go to the level 2, you remove one block of information for delegation, and you add a skill that is a specialization skill. You can see it here. And you go up in every level, and you reach the end at the level 8, where the person has the full spectrum of skills. That is like no specific specialized skill. So a generalist is a human that can do work, basically, as a specialization skills. That is not necessary. Maybe he can also delegate that part, but he has some sort of specialization skills in the department that is managing, he or her, she's managing, has some project management skills, has operation skills, and has advanced strategy planning management skills. Okay. Anyway, the 8th level, to summarize, as when you go up from the level 1 to the level 8, in every level, the skills increase. There is more delegated information, so information that you provide. The cost is increasing, and the difficulty of hiring is increasing too. And also, of course, the difficulty of getting the work done is increasing too for the person that you are delegating to. I'm skipping a lot of things. Maybe if you want to go more into details, there is a full, in the description, there is a full delegation playlist where we clarify more of the information that we talk about here. And there is also the full framework training video for free, and the full framework PDF that you can check. Anyway, we will talk about it even later. So if you see the graph in the left, you see a summary of the different part of this image. There is the first part is how much skills we require. So when we hire or when we select the person, there is an amount of skills required for every level, right? In the second part, there is the 8 levels. And then in the third part, there is what we delegate. So we mean what information we give to the person to make the work done. We call it in the framework the job package or delegation package. I cannot go too much into details. There is the playlist for that. And also keys that we provide to make the work done, we will it will be probably what we monitor and supervise. So there is a three part. Also, I want to mention that there is some flexibility. So sometimes, because we are dealing with human beings, sometimes you must not be so rigid about this graphical representation, but this is the starting point for sure, 100%. Okay, so the three parts are how much we require, how skills require, how much we give away as information, and how much we monitor, what we monitor and supervise, how much we monitor and supervise. Okay, this is the 5 types of skills, and every level has different type of skills required. So level 1 has no specific skills, as you see. In level 2 and level 3, we require specialization skills. Specialization, we mean skills, some experience, some junior experience, someone that studied or implemented or did this work for 1, 2, 3 years. Level 4 and 5, we are adding a project management skill that is not like the project management skill that you see in the courses around the internet. I'm meaning that this person can manage a project specialized. So he has the skills and also has the project management skills to manage the specialization. So to organize the order of the process, is able to understand when to do something, when to not do something, when to correct himself or herself. Is a lot of small skills that we talk more about in our framework, of course. I cannot talk too much. I'm not talking about the specific typical project management skills. I'm talking it more as a generic skills that a delegator needs to have, a delegated person needs to have. And then in the level 6 and 7, we are adding operational skills. By operational skills, we mean not the standard operational skills, because it's so deep at this topic. There is an entire university course about this topic. You don't need to learn all of that. By operational skills, we mean the skill to create processes, maps, SOPs, to delegate themselves. So operational skills is basically how to create structure, how to manage. So basically everything that we are showing in this channel, that we are teaching, if you want to delegate at this level, you need to have those skills. Okay. We are teaching them in our playlist and also in our full framework video training, and of course in our coaching, of course. And then in the level 8 is the most high level, and the one that is more risky to hire, because you need to really hire the right person, is when you also add to the skills advanced strategy skills, management, planning, prioritization. And this is serious C-level or management level people. But what you need to understand from this is that the more you go up, the more you add specialization, project management, operations, and advanced management skills. Okay, I explained it in more details. And I'm telling you, this is maybe helping you to understand what's happening when you move up from levels. When you increase the level, what is happening is you are removing provided information, how much we give away as information to the delegator. Like, for example, level 1, we remove every task details, is a requirement in level 1. But if we want to delegate a level 2, we remove every task detail and we add a skill that is specialization skill. So if you remove the task detail, you need to add specialization skills. As an next example, in the level 3, if you remove the macro maps, the flow of tasks that is basically mapping in 6D, there is a full video in the playlist about explaining exactly what is mapping in 6D. If we remove this skill, that is information, if we don't provide it, we need to add project management skills. For example, I'm talking about small maps. Small maps are we included in the project management skills. But for example, in level 5, if you want to go to level 6, there you need to have high level mapping skills, for example, to create the ability to create overview general map from A to Z that is very complex, bigger, with a lot of levels, as explained in the video about mapping in 6D in our playlist. In that case, you basically need to add operations skills to the person. Okay, so as you see, the red arrow showing you when you remove something, what you need to add. And here for every level, maybe we will create also in the future specific videos about each situation. For every level, what we delegate, so what information we provide and what we monitor and supervise. So at level 1, we need to give everything. So we need to give input and output, dot metrics, assets, overview, general map, micro KPI, macro maps, detail, process maps, and every task detail. So all the 8 at level 1. If we go to level 2, we remove every task detail. So we remove all the details about the little details about the task. It is not necessary anymore. And also we can forget to manage them because we are basically adding a skill at level 2, that is specialization skill. So we don't need to explain everything, right? If we want to go to level 3, we can remove the detailed process map of a specific task. Because in that case, the person will have in his mind or her mind a process clear, and maybe can also create a map by itself, a small map. And we are adding, so in this case, more specialization skills. For example, here he's going from experience of 1 year to experience of 2 or 3 years. For example, it's just an example. When you go from level 3 to level 4, you remove a more macro map with more details and with more flow of tasks, as we explain in mapping is 6D video. But we keep the micro KPI. So we will have more metrics. We will have more metrics, more KPIs that are supervised. But we will have still some KPI metrics. Also want to mention, sometime when you delegate at level 1, some KPI metrics, OKR, deliverables are not necessarily to be provided because you are managing every small task detail, right? You are supervise every step. So in theory, if there is some metrics, you should include them, but sometimes it's not so important sometimes. When you go up in the level, you will see that since you remove details of the task, since you remove some details of the process, you will need to monitor with metrics, okay, or deliverables. So when you go from level 4 to level 5, here, for example, we introduce the project management skills. In that case, you will need to manage less the small metrics and manage more in general. So, for example, in level 5, you will manage by an overview general map, and you manage by assets, top metrics, input and output. If you go to level 6, is when we introduce operations skills. In that case, the maps will be created by the person that is doing the work. So in that case, for example, you could also, in theory, not necessarily know the process in deep. So that's an example why in this situation you can hire when you don't, you can delegate when you don't have a specific specialization skill here. So if you want to delegate a process that you're not a true expert about it, because maybe you are too busy and you have the budget to hire the right person. In that case, for example, you will need to hire someone from level level 2 and 3 if the process is small. Level 4 and 5 is there is a project that is bigger. Level 6 and 7 if you really want to give away like a big process, a big department, a big role, in long term in a way that can also scale. And for example, when you pass from level 6 to level 7, you see that you can manage more by, I mean, you can provide less of the assets that you have in your company. So, for example, if you have templates in delegation, sheets, docs, PDFs, or forms, or even softwares that you're using, if you're delegating the operations, these will not be necessarily anymore, because at level 7, the person will be able to create them based on their situation, and could also be able to update them based on what they want to do, based on their goals, based on the metrics that you give to them. And then there is the last step when you pass from level 7 to level 8. Level 8 right now is basically the highest. You cannot delegate more than level 8. Level 8, basically, you're managing by input and output. Is sort of how you would delegate maybe to an agency or maybe a partner. You're basically managing by metrics, one or the few top metrics, like how much revenue are you adding to the company this quarter, this year, how much net worth of the company increase you created, how much more customers you got. You can define what's the top output. Yeah, I cannot go too much into details. Maybe in the future we'll make a video specific to every situation. So we explained all the details. How to use these informations. I repeat, every time you create a role or process or delegation package, define the level. So this is helping you. When you define the level, you will have a clear definition of what you needed to prepare for that level, how much skill you need to hire for. And also the good thing about this map is showing you where you needed to improve a person if you want to delegate more. I don't suggest necessarily to train the people, especially if you're a small company. But sometime you can train the people, you can pay the training for them, and maybe teach them project management skills and operation skills so that you can delegate those parts. But what I'm saying is, based on the skills of the person, you can also create processes suited for them. If you need to delegate something to level 1, you will need to create everything in details. If you need to delegate something to level 6 or 7, you need to create, to be clear about your goals, provide assets if you have, create a very generalist map to communicate to them the information, and then they will create all the operations and the project based on the goal that you give to them. Okay, defining the level, you will know how much to give away, how much skills you require, and what to monitor and supervise. Because what information we provide is usually, not always, but is usually what you need to supervise or what you need to make sure is correct. Make sure it's correct for sure. But sometimes maybe you can monitor at a higher level. So if you provide every details, you can still monitor by metrics, for example, that is a higher level. And if there is a problem in the matrix at a higher level, or maybe there is a problem in the output, so at the level 8, you can go back and check the other level below. As an example here, for example, if you give to a person level 1 you give everything, you can still supervise by, for example, level 5. But if there is a problem at level 5, you see that something is not working by level 8 input and output, or level 4 the micro KPI, the metrics. In that case, you can go back and check all the level below if there is problems. But if you delegate at level 1, usually you supervise by level 1 or 2 or 3, for example. If you delegate at level 8, maybe you can monitor and supervise at level 8, and so on. Okay. In that way, you know exactly when you clarify the level, you know exactly who to hire and what to prepare. And you can optimize the processes. I repeat, this video is very complex, full of information, is so much valuable, is the foundation of the delegation strategy. Come back to this video every time you need to delegate or you are not sure about how to delegate. This is a strategy that we do in our coaching and with our full framework. Is very, very powerful because this is clarifying exactly how to delegate in your situation, also based on budget and how fast you want to delegate, of course. But we will probably keep this video on YouTube for long. I don't think we'll remove it. So go back to this video every time you need to remind yourself of this. Okay, now I will put a full static image of this graphical image. You can pause the video and screenshot if you want. In the description, in the future, maybe we will also put the link to download. Okay. And now, how to delegate, if you're not sure about delegate after this video. So how to implement all the steps that we shown you in the video, what to do next, what to do before. If you're not sure about that, about how to hire, how to create process, how to create the job packages or delegation packages, what to delegate first, what to delegate later, what you need to delegate and what you must not delegate yet. We have 2 free resources. Actually, there is free, but here I'm talking about 2. There is the full playlist YouTube playlist. Is a collection of extremely valuable content about delegation. Some content, I'm not sure that we will keep it forever because it's so good. Maybe we'll remove it sooner or later. So there is this playlist on our channel. The second resource is the full training video. In the description below is the full training video of the framework A to Z. Then there is the third one, is the PDF framework. So it's 39 pages of written version of delegation, of our approach to delegation, and you can implement all these 3 in your company to get results as fast as possible, as soon as possible. Here, image of the YouTube playlist. Here is showing 2 videos, but there is a lot more videos. This is a whole screenshot. Here, for example, the opt-in page for the PDF, full PDF. And Yeah, please take action. It's so important that you opt in there if you really need to delegate, you want to grow your company, free your working time, work less, be less busy. These are the resources for you for free. These have so much free value. So if you want to go further, as explained in the slides, there is a full playlist on our channel, and please subscribe to our channel. There is a full playlist there. High value videos about delegation is so good that we were not sure if to publish it or not, but you can go there and check them before we maybe remove them. And if you really want to step up your approach in delegation, there is also the full training video of delegation where we show the full framework A to Z. It's a longer video, but so high value. And you can opt in for free and learn as much as possible. There is also a full PDF that you can opt in. Is 39 pages of delegation tool tips and tricks that we created for the people that don't want to watch the video but want still to read our delegation tips and tricks for free. Please take action and go right now in the description and check these 3 resources that are super powerful. And of course, subscribe to this channel, put like to this video, is helping us a lot, really. Watch the next videos that are very, very high value. We try to put out content that is truly helping you to free working time from your business and better manage